but their importance was exaggerated because they are merely the work of a skilled craftsman. It was mainly on account of their style, graceful, polished, and full of wit, that they appealed to the audience. High tragedy about ordinary people in everyday prose. So Ibsen's contribution to the theater, says a critic, was threefold, and in each respect the drama owes more to him than to any other dramatist since Shakespeare. Firstly, he broke down the social barriers which had previously bounded it. He was the first man to show that high tragedy could be written about ordinary people and in ordinary everyday prose. Before Ibsen, tragedy had concerned itself with kings and the queen, princes or princesses. Ibsen showed that high tragedy did take place at last as frequently in back barrels as in castles and palaces. He was, of course, not the first dramatist to attempt this, but he was the first to write a tragedy about ordinary people that proved a tremendous success. Ibsen's deep understanding of human character and the human relationship, but none of these technical contributions explain the continued life of Ibsen's plays on the stage today. Ibsen's enduring greatness as a dramatist is due not to his technical innovations, but to the depth and subtlety of his understanding of human character, especially feminine characters, which is a rare of human relationship. Now, for the title, when we explain the title and its significance, we said that the play has an appropriate title. The word doll means a woman with any will or mind of her own, a passive and subservient woman. For 8 long years, Noura has been a passive and obedient wife to Helmer, always conforming to his ideas, opinions, and tastes. He has always treated her as a pet and as his property. His attitude towards her has always been possessive, as if she wholly belonged to him and had no individuality of her own. Ibsen called his play a modern tragedy, and a modern tragedy it truly is. It is a tragedy because it has a sad ending, with Noura leaving not only her home and her husband, but even her children in order to face an uncertain future. It is a tragedy because it depicts the breakup of a family and the disintegration of the domestic life of a couple. It's modern because it departs from the old style of writing style. So the Doll's House did not follow the old writing style. A Doll's House, if we are looking at the story of Noura and her husband Helmer, as we know, they have been married for about 9 years and have 3 children. 8 years ago, Noura had borrowed some money from a man called Krogstad against a promissory note on which she had forged a signature of her father, who was supposed to be authority for the repayment of the loan. Noura had found it absolutely necessary to obtain this loan. Her husband had fallen critically ill, and the doctors had advised her to take him away to a warm climate. Having no money and desperately anxious to save her husband's life by taking him to Italy, she had raised this loan. Her husband had fully recovered, Since then, Noura has regularly been paying monthly installment to Krogstad against the principal amount and the interest recurring thereon. However, she has never told her husband about the loan, about the purpose for which the loan was taken. So as we said, that Noura has never told Helmer about the loan because, as we said, she didn't want to hurt his feeling as a man. About the terms of the loan and about the monthly payment she has been making. Nor has she ever had any notion that in forging her father's signature, she had committed a serious criminal act. Now, after 8 years, Krogstad needs Noura's help to save his job in a bank, of which Noura's husband has been appointed the manager. As Noura finds it impossible to help Krogstad, he reveals Noura's secret transaction with him and the fact of the forgery to her husband through a letter.